Law is merely the expression of the will of the strongest for the time being, and therefore, laws have no fixity but shift from generation to generation. This quote is written by Brooks Adams. Hello everyone, I'm Karuna Singh. Welcome to our channel Knowledge. Today on our show, we have a very special guest, Mr. Arjun Shazi, Assistant Professor at SRM, Katankulathur, Chennai, India. Welcome, sir.
I can love it. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Center for Legal Excellence or CLE is organizing Legal Erudite, a legal excellence competition. CLE is a unit of consortium of e-learning network, a legal domain focused on bringing all the major stakeholders of the legal fraternity to one platform to disseminate knowledge. So I'll start with how can this competition be favorable for the law domain?
For the Lord, yes. So, since it is a competition that's focusing on essays and research work and articles, likewise, I think it will be contributing to the larger legal framework of the country as well. Because promoting research to this extent, like with your new revised plans for law students as well, like particularly encouraging the UG students more than the PG students. So I think it is contributing more to you know bringing in a culture of research right from the first year onwards, because like trying to bring up a culture of getting the students into research habits, which most of us when we were in college started having from the pre-final year or from the final year. So this is like opening up a new avenue altogether, like opening up multiple options to them, even with the the vast variety of topics that you have given as options of for research. Most of them are not taught in law school as such. So I think that will be the major contribution towards the law domain, promoting research in areas which are not especially dealt with as specialization subjects in the law field,
Absolutely.
like for instance your sports law or for your medical law, such things.
Yeah. So why should students, academicians, and professionals participate in such competitions? And if I talk about the benefits, so what all benefits do they get?
See, benefits wise, like I said, see, subjects like sports law or let's say medical law or like IPC, they are not essentially taught with the due importance that they have in the modern world outside. For instance, like let's talk about sports law very specifically. Like in the US, I'll just tell you an example. Like these leagues, like we came to know about leagues once IPL started, like maybe like 15 years ago, or like once the ISL started. But then outside India, like especially in Europe and in America, it's a multi-billion-dollar investment, and we don't have. I mean, law is there everywhere, so we do not know what the nuances of law in such fields are. Or for example, taxation. Like you cannot teach taxation beyond a particular point in college, or securities and banking. So such things you will only get an exposure once you start reading on your own, because the faculty themselves are not equipped well enough to handle subjects like these niche topics. Or for instance, let's talk about competition law. Like how many people do we have competent enough to talk about competition law with authority? Very few.
Yes.
So once you bring once you bring in this culture, you will have more students who come out as lawyers who are already specialized in this. So they are building their own knowledge, like adding to their own knowledge bank, as well as contributing to the society at large, which I think is the biggest benefit from research, especially in competitions like this, or initiatives like this.
Absolutely. They are building their own knowledge. That's absolutely true. So what is the present day prerequisite for students and professionals to go forward in the law domain?
In the law domain, see, prerequisite wise, I mean, do you mean like what they have to start becoming? I mean, start being part of the law domain. Like any plus 2 student who has a 50% mark, it is fine, as far as they have an open mind towards reading and researching. And it's see, something that everybody should understand about law. I feel is there's very limited amount of knowledge that can be passed on from the teacher. It's more work for the student at the end of the day. So
Yes.
that is the only prerequisite that you should have. You should read, read ferociously. I mean, read very vigorously. I feel, or as soon as you can get into the groove of reading, because at the end of 5 years, you will have no other option but to read. So that is the only prerequisite I feel that there should be personally there for a student who is stepping into the legal domain as such.
Yeah. So, how research and research-based publication in the law domain can be encouraged using CLE-like platforms?
See, uh, the lucrative benefits are, I mean, it goes without saying, and you guys are encouraging it to a very great extent as well. But apart from that, I think for the students, like as a student, when I was a student, like one of the most attractive parts of research is, the joy you get from seeing your name out there,
Yes.
in a website or in a very popular
Yeah.
domain. And there were multiple domains during our times as well when we were studying law. So it's pure joy, like once your name is tagged along with a very senior professor, or once you scroll down, you see a list of professors and accomplished lawyers, and oh wow, my name is there, and in bracket will be a second year student.
Absolutely.
What more does a 20-year-old want than that? So that is the biggest thing. And something else I like to say is, like, this is the age of, very famous saying, publish or perish. There is no alternative to that. So unless you start publishing, like, you are the one who's ultimately losing out. So the better, I mean, the sooner the student gets to, like, gets that realization, the better for them. And CLE like initiatives are, there are very few initiatives like CLE, I feel like, to out, like, going out of the way to promote research like this, or giving so many avenues. So usually what people do is they take very niche topics and they just stick to one topic, like legal education as far as constitutional law is concerned, or like corporate law is concerned, or contract law is concerned. So those are topics that I feel like, I mean, I'm not saying that there's no scope for research, any more research in constitutional law, but then there is already, like, so much research done in it. So encouraging a wide variety of topics like how CLE is doing, I think that's a very novel initiative for that matter. Or like how we say, giving an open-ended topic for research. Research on whatever you want, and we are okay with publishing, is as long as the quality is good.
Yeah. And you've said about the encouragement. Seriously, encouragement is very, very important. So thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot for your time. It was nice talking to you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Carol.